And good afternoon. I'm Dan DeRose with 19 News, coming to you from our digital desk. We want to talk about a construction plan. Now, we do these from time to time, especially when they involve roundabouts, because most people either love or hate them. A lot of people hate them until they're installed, and then they see how efficient they are. That's the hide in her hair of what we're talking about today. Stark County area, Massillon, if you've been on State Route 21, as it approaches Lake Avenue, there's almost a daily backup. It's just an incredibly busy intersection, and they have a couple of ideas. They have 5 proposals. The city is working with ODOT, and they've gotten $4.1 million in federal funding for this project. And the other reason we're doing the story is the city has done a pretty phenomenal job, or is doing a great job, trying to get the word out and getting public comment. They held a meeting last night, but it's really the website, and I'm going to show you the website here, that's truly special. And we've seen these before where you get the general description and there's the 5 alternatives, but I want to show you this right here, this virtual public information presentation. This is really, really impressive. I'm going to take the banner down so you can see all of it, and you hit this welcome, and you're basically walking into what would be a meeting room, maybe at a city hall, and this is all virtual. I'm controlling this here. You can see you've got the help desk. You can go back to the website. You can put in your public comment, but before you can put in public comment, you kind of need to see what the projects are. And again, you click on that, and it's a virtual room. You can see the environmental resources exhibit, what the current conditions are, and then you really get into the options, the 5 exhibits here. I want to show you, and I believe it's this one here. This is probably the biggest transformation option that they have, putting in not 1, but 2 roundabouts there at State Route 21, and then just about a half a block or a block over, putting in another one there at First Street, and I believe that's northeast. But again, it's just this incredibly interactive website that shows you all options. Here's option number 5, making the intersection a little bit bigger there at 21 and only putting in 1 roundabout. So once you've gone through all the options, then you come back to the welcome desk, and that's when you can click on the public comment form. And that's where the city is going to probably get the majority of comments and get an idea of what people do and don't want to see. So we wanted to have a little bit bigger conversation about just exactly what the problem with that area is and those 5 possible solutions. So we're going to welcome in Alex Pitts. He's the city engineer for the city of Massillon. Mr. Pitts, thanks for joining us. How are you today?
Great. I'm doing well. Thank you for having me, Dan.
Absolutely. This is, let's talk about how needed is this project? What kind of problems does that intersection see, and how long overdue is this?
Yeah, of course. So the issue is the close proximity of the 2 intersections, right? They're approximately around 250 feet apart, give or take. That doesn't leave a lot of room for storage for the amount of traffic and volume that we see going through those 2 intersections. With Lake Avenue being a very highly congested corridor, it's one of the main routes to get to, for example, Belvin Village, if you live on the west side of Massillon, and of course, State Route 21 being State Route 21. Both of them have very close traffic counts per day. And with the volume of traffic there, that 250 feet of storage length just isn't enough to accommodate the vehicles that are going through those 2 intersections. So the problem that we're seeing is that there will be backups into the adjacent intersection upstream, which can cause, honestly, it could cause a catastrophic accident. And there have been accidents at the intersection of State Route 21 and Lake Avenue, for example. So we're trying to fix that. And it would be irresponsible of me as an engineer to not recognize that issue and try to address that for our city. So
let's talk about traffic count. I'm assuming you have some sort of idea, or at least a rough idea on a daily basis, those 2 intersections combined, how many cars a day, do we know?
We do have it in our traffic report. I don't want to give a number without re-looking at it first,
I
but
get it.
it is substantial. Lake Avenue it's one of the most traversed streets in our city. Only second behind Lincoln Way, for example. So it's heavily traversed.
I'm
So
assuming it's a headache as well for most people that have to go through there.
yeah. So yeah, no, I mean it's residential neighborhood along Lake Avenue, that corridor, but honestly it acts more like an arterial. Like I said, it's one of the main routes to get to, like for example, Jackson or Belden Village, or so and then of course you're coming back home. I live on the west side of Massillon, and I take that route all the time. So I've seen the backups that can occur, um, and we're trying to fix that. So
There are five options on the table. I'm not trying to put you on the spot. Do you have one
oh
that
no,
you do you have one that you prefer or you think would work best, or is that what this public comment period is about?
yeah. So the public comment period was about getting the input from the public. I do want to make sure that anybody that's going to the website and that looks at the website itself, there is one very important piece of information there that I think everybody should really take a look at, and it's the matrix. And that really shows you the operational success of each and every one of those alternatives that we're proposing. And there is a clear winner on that matrix. So, alternative two, the operational success of that has a level of service, is what we call and how we rate intersections from a traffic engineering standpoint, of A across the board, and the AM peak hours and the PM peak hours all the way out till design year of 2048. So it's hard for me as an engineer seeing that, not liking that solution. If I'm given a rating of level of service A for every single approach, how can you not justify that as a solution, right? So um, that's my
Sure.
that's my you know
So
take. So
you're saying just so I wanted to be clear, alternative two grades out, looking at the traffic patterns and the changes, and we'll have to take a look at. You know what? In fact, let's do that. I can do that live. That's how incredible this website is. Let's look at alternative project two here, and maybe you can walk us through what it is about alternative project two. Okay, so this was the one that I featured, the double roundabout here. What is it about this double roundabout that grades out so well?
a lot of it's the continuous flow, right? So without the continuous flow, some sort of queuing will occur. The beauty of a roundabout is that there won't be any queuing. I mean, very minimal queuing, right?
And
Because
when you
there's
say queuing, you mean stopping at lights.
yes, correct. So you'll reduce the amount of platoons that are going through intersection, things of that nature. With the continuous flow, you won't have the fear of backing up into the adjacent intersection any longer. So, um, and yeah, and it ranks the best. Um, it's not the final pick by any means, but it is, as from an operational standpoint, I can objectively say it's the best on that standpoint. So.
As a city engineer, and uh, we have done this story in probably 20 different communities. For some reason, people are resistant to roundabouts. They want to complain about them before they go in, but once they go in and they see, oh wow, this I guess this does work. What is it about roundabouts that that just instantly strikes fear in people, and they say, no, I don't want a roundabout?
Yeah. Honestly, I'm not too sure. I mean, that's a very subjective type of thing to really answer, but I think it's mainly because they're becoming more popular every day now. It's more of a new thing. I say new, but they've been around forever, but we're installing more and more as the years go by, and it's changed. I mean, this would be well, we don't have a roundabout in the city of Massillon yet, but we will have one next year. But this would probably be the second one. It would be the second one in the entire city out of all of the intersections in the city, right? So it's change, and it's something that people are not used to. And I mean, you're going from a complete stop condition, which a lot of people are very familiar with, to a yield condition. And honestly, I feel like a lot of people may get tripped up by that, and that's it's normal. I mean, if you're not used to it, um, I mean, you can get tripped up by that. But um, it, roundabouts are very simple. They are very simple to traverse. It's just you just keep going. I mean, realistically, unless if there's an oncoming traffic to where you're unable to go. Um, so that's my take though.
Yeah,
Again.
and they are very efficient. Alex Pitts, he is a city engineer with the city of Massillon. We want to thank you for your time. Public comment, and that website is going to be taking comments all the way through January 16th. This is a $4.1 million project. The city is going to have to work on a little bit more funding for it. It's going to cost more than that. And you're looking at a construction completion date, I believe it was May through October of 2028. Do I have that right?
So it's been pushed back a little bit. The completion date, we're thinking honestly 2029. I'd rather give the contractor a little bit more time to do the work, and we're planning to bid it out and hopefully award by the beginning of 28.
Okay.
So a
Excellent.
year to a year and a half long project is
Excellent.
the idea.
And it would be a massive, massive project. To make an omelet, you're going to have to break some eggs. People will complain about construction, but you've got to break up that area. You've got to do something about the traffic situation. Mr. Pitts, we certainly appreciate the time. Thanks for joining me today.
Of course, no problem at all.
All right, take care and good luck down in Massillon. It is an area that is desperately needed some change, and it looks like that'll be happening, but they want to hear from you. If you're watching this and you want to know where that website is, very simple. Go to cleveland19.com. I've written the article. You can find the link. I think I've posted it 2 or 3 times within the article to get you to that interactive site, and you can give some feedback on the area. If we have any other breaking news, it'll be right here on our digital properties. Otherwise, we have 3.5 hours of news and first alert weather starting at 3 o'clock on Channel 19. Remember, Friday is a first alert weather day. You're going to wake up Friday morning, quite the change, and there could be quite a bit of ice. So make sure you tune in to Channel 19 at 3 o'clock. Until then, I'm Dan DeRose with 19 News. Have a great day.